Hello, Cobra fans. Welcome back to another episode of Cobra Corner. Today we are joined by guest Peter Early, head coach for the men's and women's track and field and cross country teams, and Seraphin Kibonge, junior on the men's track team here at Coker. How are you guys doing today?
Good to be here. SK?
Great as well. Just woke up from a little sleep, so it's good to be here.
All right, well, we're just going to dive right into it. So, Pete, unfortunately, last year, the outdoor season was canceled due to COVID-19, resulting in a longer time away from your players and a longer, time off in general. So how did you manage to stay sort of engaged with your players over that period of time, and how did you manage to keep them in shape over that time?
Yeah, absolutely. Great question. First and foremost, I'm lucky to have such a good group, especially kids like SK, who I can lean on as leaders to, relay any messages or just keep kids engaged and communicating. Obviously, we had some Zoom calls, some Google Meets, but more importantly than that, I tried to at least text most of my team, several times a week, just kind of check in, not even necessarily athletically related, but just kind of, I think SK can speak to this, but, we talked a lot during quarantine and just kind of check in, see how everything's going, talk about anything, and I think that we're also fortunate that our sport is one where our kids could stay in shape, and it just, during the summer months, they work out on their own anyway. So it just kind of became an earlier summer training for us where, they still had workouts that they could do if they chose to. And track is a sport where you can go run on the street, run in a grass field, and just kind of make it work. So that worked to our benefit for sure.
So SK, Pete mentioned just, the challenges of staying in touch and also the challenges of, staying in shape. During, the extended summer coronavirus, gyms were closed. But as Pete mentioned, you can kind of run anywhere. Was it really a challenge for you to try to stay in shape during the longer period of time?
It definitely was. My hometown is Raleigh, North Carolina, so they were really heavy on the mask mandate and also just closing down gyms. They had locks on actual tracks, so we couldn't even get on the track if we wanted to. But Coach Early was really good about it. He actually sent out two separate summer workouts, so one for people who weren't able to have access to gyms, so that at-home workouts, and also one to people who did have access to gyms. So it was really nice to have that possibility. There was a lot of workouts with milk jugs, broomsticks. So there was a lot of things that we had to do. But also when it came to running, like you said, you just go out, find a little grass field that you can do your 300s or whatever the workout is. And also my high school coach towards the end of the summer actually helped out. He opened up a gym. So it was good. It was good in the process.
I just had SK had mentioned with the, different methods of working out he had to go through and the mask mandates that they had put in place in some of the gyms, that's kind of similar to what you guys are seeing now with all these different COVID-19 protocols, Pete. How is the team adjusting to that? And, what have you been doing to work with that?
Yeah, so there's certainly new regulations that we need to follow as of now. I think Coker's doing a great job just getting us to the point where we can practice. So we're certainly making sure we follow those orders. The biggest challenge, of course, is the mask. In our sport, we have some long workouts. We are, it's kind of little adjustments. If, gauging, do we need to add a little more rest or slow down a time that would be maybe this, or just kind of gauging how they're reacting, how the breathing's going, making sure, SK, for example, has asthma and making sure he has his inhaler and just, we're being a lot more lenient on workouts in the past where, we wouldn't have to adjust like this. The other difficult thing is the weight room. We're limited. We are a big roster. We're limited to how many athletes we can have in the weight room at one time. But we're getting flexible. We're just running multiple sessions. We're running multiple practice sessions every day, multiple lift sessions. And to be honest, it is kind of nice having smaller groups because they can get a little bit more personal attention when we're in those smaller groups. So, there are some challenges, but there's also some benefits as well.
Thanks for that answer and, kind of letting us know how it's been with COVID, but, kind of getting off that topic. Last season, we saw in the indoor track season, we saw a lot of records we broke, like a lot of progress, seemed to be made. So what can we expect for this season? How are you guys going to, take that and run with it?
pun intended.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I wish we got an outdoor because you would have seen even more records be broken. I would say right now I have, and I've told the team this, I've told SK this, on the whole, the most talented group, men and women, that I've probably ever coached. And I'm talking a whole roster. So expect more of the same, expect even better. We're going to break every record we broke last year will be broken again this year. And when we get to outdoor, every record that's on that book is being taken down.
We're excited. We're looking forward to that.
So am I.
So, SK, talking about records and personal best, do you have any like certain goals going into this year? Any like particular time of yours you're trying to beat, or just what's your mindset going into the season?
So there actually is a personal record that I want to beat. I'm from the country, the Democratic Republic of Congo in Central Africa. So one of their 400 hurdles record is actually within range, 54, 55. And me and Coach Hurley actually joke around about it a lot. You know, we break that record, we're going to be in Tokyo running through the commercial break. So I'm
They might not see us, but we'll be there.
So that's the time. That's really my goal and my mindset. And also, I really want to score at conference as well. My freshman year, I came in 6th place, ran my personal best at a conference. So last year, outdoor was taken away from me. But this year, I'm really active and hoping to get top 3. That's really my mindset going into it. I really want to get my diameter checked, get that little ring for the SAC championship. So I'm ready.
So Pete, you've coached a lot of great athletes, and speaking of all these, records and championships that we're seeking after, I do coaching days at Merrimack College. You coached 6 individual NCAA championships, a lot of award records there. In your mind, when it comes to both recruiting and kind of coaching your current athletes, what like separates the good athletes from the great ones, and like what characteristics do you think go into that?
Absolutely, great question. We had a lot of success at Merrimack. Now, obviously, it didn't happen instantly. It took about, I want to say, 3 or 4 years, and then a lot of those things started happening. And that's the exact same thing that I plan on seeing here. Going into year 3, in just our short time here, I think we've already had 6 NCAA provisional national qualifying marks hit. So you're starting to see it. And like I said, we brought in a lot of talent this year. But there is a lot more that goes into it. I'll always take some credit, but those 6 national titles, those 23 All-American awards, all those accolades are a testament to those kids and their work ethic. And I think that's the most important thing. There's a lot of fast kids in this country, in this world. There's kids that can run fast, but there's a whole different set of kids like SK, and I'll put them in that category, that aren't only talented but are driven. And that's one of the most important things I look for. A lot of the fastest kids just kind of rest on the fact that they're fast. That doesn't work when you get to college. That might work at your conference in high school or even high school nationals, but when you get to that collegiate level, everyone's fast. So, having the drive and the work ethic because this is a brutal sport, you're putting your body to its absolute limit almost every single day. And there's things you need to do to make sure it stays healthy, prehab, rehab, protein, stretching, all these cool down things that a lot of kids overlook. Those are the things that take you to that next level. So people that are willing to put that extra work in, those are the kids I want. And the kids I think we have now.
So yeah, exactly. You're looking for kids that are going to be great on and off the track. And speaking of that, SK, you're involved in a lot of efforts, around campus. You're just got elected vice president of the SGA, the Student Government Association. Just kind of go over what your role is there and what, that position means to you.
So currently we have a new branch of the SGA. So now we have a Senate now. So the vice president role is also in charge of all of the senators, the president of the Senate, basically, along with just being able to captivate all of the students and their student body concerns, and also talk to administration as well. So what I really enjoy about SGA and just being elected vice president, again, I thank the student body for electing me, is that I will take any of the concerns that they have, and along with President Mahari Green, who's also one of my teammates, and we bring it up to administration. We talk on behalf of the students, especially with coronavirus and COVID-19 and all the different uncertainties and concerns that students may have. We are able to talk to Dr. Harder, we're able to talk to Brianna Douglas, we're able to talk to all these different administrators and just be able to get some answers and also some compromises and potentially just questions about the future basically answered for our student body. So we're doing a lot of advocating for the students behind the scenes, and we're hoping that one day we'll be able, well, not one day, we're hoping that we'll continue to be able to build that relationship with students so that they'll be willing to tell us everything that's going on, everything that they're facing, so we can bring it together, bring up the concerns, propose some solutions to administration on behalf of the student body.
It's really awesome to see, the hard work that you put on the track and then just that equal amount off the track as well. So thanks for giving us a little insight into that. We like to end these segments with a little, fun topic, I guess you could say. So Pete, we'll start with you. What are some hobbies, things that you might have picked up, the best part maybe about this whole entire, maybe over the summer or the quarantine?
Yeah. So obviously, we had a lot more free time. I will say I spent some more time, revisiting my workout plans. It gave me a good time to review those things. But I did actually start building furniture. My wife wanted some end tables and stuff like that. So I started my woodworking, I guess. And that was a lot of fun. It actually came out pretty well. Took up time, something my wife and I could do together. And then I've been playing a lot of golf, like too much golf. It's nice to be back at practice on my wallet, to not be at the country club every weekend spending copious amounts of money.
It seems like everybody's just gone up on their golf game over this whole entire
There's a big poker contingency at Hartsville Country Club these days. A lot of coaches working on their game, that's for sure.
So SK, what is something that you picked up over this time?
I picked up a lot of things actually. First, I started off with a little resale business selling shoes. Then I started selling consoles. Then I just started selling anything I could get my hands on. And then I picked up a whole lot of delivery opportunities, basically delivery jobs, whether it's DoorDash, Postmates, Instacart, anything that you can think of, I probably did over the summer. So that was a lot of things that I did. I also, just try to read some books. I picked up reading books. So it's just, I was tired of staying at home doing nothing. So I had to find something to get active, basically.
We got to get you on the golf course.
One day.
I did the DoorDash too myself. So that's a good business right there. DoorDash, Postmates, that's some good, get out of the house, get some good money.
Hey, no free ads. No free ads.
Yeah. We can just bleep out the name.
So we're really looking forward to seeing you guys this season on the track, and hopefully looking forward to breaking some more records.
Not hopefully, we're breaking records. Thanks for having us, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.